What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. We are going to talk about the Amcrest Video Baby Monitor. We're so excited because Amcrest reached out to us and they offered to send us a free baby monitor in exchange for review. And we figured, hey, as long as we can give our honest feedback, we'd be happy to check this out because it's about time we get baby Luke in his own bed. Another thing we asked Amcrest is if they would please send us an additional baby monitor so that we can do a giveaway to our viewers. So please stick around to the end of the video if you are interested in winning a free Amcrest Video Baby Monitor. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we have inside. All right, we have a user manual, which I will kindly give to my husband. It looks like we have a video receiver. Has a nice little clip here. Looks like it can clip and also use it as a stand. Here I have the actual camera. So this is what would go in the baby's room, and then this is what you would have with you. And lastly, we have 2 power cables. So now that we've unboxed this thing and gone through some of the specs, we're actually planning on putting this in baby's room and checking it out over a series of a few weeks, just so we can give an honest, review of how it works out for us. So please stay tuned for more. So we've had this Video Baby Monitor for a little over a month now, so I'm gonna go over a little bit of how we have utilized it, and honestly, it has been such a blessing we never even knew that we were missing out on, so I'm really thankful that Amcrest gave us this opportunity to review this monitor for them. I'm gonna cover how we've used it, also some pros, some cons, and then maybe a little bit of suggestions on what we like to see in a future baby monitor. So obviously there's the traditional way of using a baby monitor when the baby's sleeping. We personally are a co-sleeping family, and so we haven't utilized it in that way. The only time we've used it when the baby's sleeping is during naps. So we have actually used it in other ways, but I want to start by saying, of course, you must always watch your baby. Don't leave them unattended. Do your due diligence as a parent. But let's be real, sometimes you have other things that you do need to get done, like dishes and things that require your attention. And so this baby monitor has helped us tremendously in being able to do other things and still keep a close eye on the baby while he's playing, while he's with Troy. So let's go over some of those. When I was able to utilize the monitor while he was taking a nap in his crib, it's a nice time for me to be able to relax and enjoy and kick back without, sneaking in the room and peeking on him, checking on him, making sure he's still breathing and doing okay. I could just look down at the monitor, see how he's doing, and then when he would cry or wake up, it'll alert me on the monitor. I can quickly look at him and then see if he's gonna go back to sleep, if I'll just let him cry a little, or if he's ready to get up, or if he needs something, then I can come in the room and get him. Here are some non-traditional ways that we've used it. If you have multiple kids like we do, our older son, he doesn't take naps anymore. Unfortunately, he hasn't taken naps since he was like 1. But anyways, so it's nice because I can keep an eye on the baby with the monitor and still go and do fun stuff with Troy, like take him out in the backyard on the swing. Of course, we have the door open. I have the monitor. I can look at the baby, make sure he's doing okay, but it kind of gives me a little bit more freedom and one-on-one time with my older son while the baby's sleeping. So we have used a baby gate, also known as a giant Amazon box, to contain the baby in the living room. So it's nice because I can leave him in there. If you have to do things you need to do, like go to the bathroom or do dishes or do things that the baby can't really be around you, like cleaning the toilet bowl, things like that. So I put him in a safe place, and then I'm able to keep an extra eye on him and know what he's doing, making sure he's okay, but still getting things done around the house that I need to. One of the greatest unexpected blessings of this Video Baby Monitor is that during this time, my husband has been working from home, and he's able to have the video monitor right next to him while he's working on the computer, put the kids in a safe place in the living room with the Amazon box, blocking them in. He's able to put on like a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or some kind of show that they enjoy and let them play in the living room while he can work and get things done. And let's be honest, I am positive he's squeezed in a few video games. Those are the ways that we've used the Video Baby Monitor, and I just love it. So because I love it so much, I just want to go over the cons first because there's only a couple, and then let's go over all the pros. So the first con is I wish it did have a bit of a wider angle lens so that you could see more of the room. We tried mounting it in different areas of the room across from the crib, and you either had to really zoom in on the baby or we had it right next to him on his dresser, but then you could only see him. So if it was a little bit of a wider angle, then you could utilize it more like in a playroom and see more of what's going on rather than just zoomed in on, you know, just the baby or particular area. The second con is that, don't get me wrong, it's definitely acceptable, but it's not the highest quality. So you can see what's going on, you can see the baby, but it's not really like in high definition or, you know, a really clear picture of what's going on. Another con would be that the zoom feature, it is not an optical zoom, which would be where the lens is actually zooming in. It's a digital zoom, meaning it's just taking what is already there and blowing it up even bigger. So let's move on to the pros. One of the things that I love about this baby video monitor is that it connects almost instantly. When we first powered it on, it just connected no problem. Also, if you have it in the room and then you move it to a different room, different for outside, or if we're playing in the baby's room, different areas that we've gone, it just connects instantly from the camera to the video baby monitor. I love that it's not a delay. You don't have to log in or anything. It just connects right away. Another pro is the distance, the range that you can go away from the camera with the monitor. And we'll show that at the end of this, our little test about how far we could go. But I was very happy with the range that you could take the monitor away from the camera. Baby's up from his nap. We're gonna leave Troy here making funny faces at the camera, and we're gonna see how far we can take this baby monitor away from the camera. So this is going through multiple walls, and it looks like I lost him here. It just froze up. So it's kind of a little sketchy here. Let's see, let's take a few more steps. It's just not, it's lagging a little bit. All right, this is pretty impressive here. Where did he go? Where's brother? Okay, handset out of range. Please position the handset closer to the receiver. So that ties in with like one of the greatest pros that we've loved about this monitor is the portability. We love that you can just take it anywhere, move it. It's easy to move around and be on the go with you. That also ties into the fact that you can have multiple cameras. So if you want to leave a camera in the baby's room, you want to have one in the playroom, you want to have one, you know, where you're working, like it's very convenient. You can add multiple cameras if you don't want to move it around. Another great pro about this monitor is that the battery lasts a long time. You can leave it plugged in and then, you know, you can unplug it for the portability and take it around. When my husband was using it, he literally had the screen on almost constantly watching the kids, and it could last for hours. The cool thing about it is if you have it just on standby mode that just detects when the baby's crying, like if they're sleeping or something, it would last even longer. So we were really impressed that it lasted so long without being plugged in. Also, when you do plug it in, it charges very quickly. Another cool pro is the sensitivity of the baby monitor. You can adjust it, like for instance, we didn't use it this way, but if the baby's sleeping in their room, you're sleeping in your room, you can have it set to just pick up crying. That way it's not picking up every little sound and then turning on a bright screen. So that was one thing that we thought was really cool about it. Another thing that I really like about it is that it has a talk back feature. So if the baby wakes up, you could easily soothe them and, you know, talk back and say, "It's okay, baby," and maybe they might go back to sleep. Also, if the baby's playing in the room and kind of goes out of the view of the camera, you could get on there, and if Troy's with the baby, say, "Where'd baby go?" And next thing you know, he's hiding behind the dresser. So that's a nice thing, is that you can talk and communicate. You can hear them and they can also hear you. A nice thing with the settings is that on the timer, you can either leave the screen to where when it's activated, it'll stay on for a couple of minutes, or you can leave it to where it's activated the whole time, like my husband used when he was working. I also like that you can adjust the brightness of the screen, so it works well when you're outside. You can have it bright enough that you can see, and then you can also have it nice and dim for when it's nighttime and you're in bed. Another thing I really like under pros is that it has a temperature sensor. It seems like in our house, sometimes the baby's room is colder than the rest of the house. So I love that I can look at the monitor and it has a reading of what the temperature is in his room. Another great pro is the pan, tilt, and zoom of the actual camera. I love that you can have it in the room, and you know, if the baby goes out of range, you can move the camera. It's really awesome. One thing is, if it is mounted on the wall, it does limit some of how you can move the camera. So keep that in mind when you do mount it. So the last pro I'm gonna go over, and this isn't for everybody, but this personally is my most favorite thing about this baby monitor, is that it has a secure connection from the camera to the baby monitor. It's a live recording or a live video. It's not a recording. It's not connected to the internet. I don't have to worry that someone's gonna intercept the footage of my baby playing in their room. I just love that it's not connected to the internet. It's just, I can keep an eye on my baby without worrying about their safety and their privacy. So I'd like to go over a few suggestions or things that we'd like to see. One thing is that I wish the talkback was a little bit louder, because there was a couple instances where we're trying to talk to the kids and they were watching their show and they couldn't hear us over it. So I wish the talkback was a little bit louder. So I love that it's not connected to the internet, but I do wish that there was a little bit of local recording, just because if the baby did something epic, you know, it wasn't recorded, so there's no way to go back and be like, this was the first time the baby walked or something like that. So I wish there was a little bit of local recording available. Another thing would probably be if it had motion recording, and that kind of ties into with the local recording on the device, because sometimes we know the baby wakes up and when they're quiet, they're being sneaky, they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. So they may wake up and the video, it won't pick them up because they're not crying or making a noise. So if it had some motion, that would be great. And then also the recording, so you could see if they were sleepwalking or doing something like that. Another thing that I would love to see is a battery in the camera, because the baby monitor has a battery, you're able to unplug it and take it around, but the camera has to be plugged in, otherwise it doesn't work. So I do wish it had a little bit of battery capability so that you could put it in the backyard while the kids are playing, or move it a little more easily. So overall, we really like this baby monitor, and I'm really thankful that Amcrest reached out to us and gave us this opportunity to provide an honest review and feedback about our opinion of it. If you would like a chance to win your own Amcrest baby monitor, we are doing a giveaway, so please check out the link in the description below for a chance to win. Don't worry if you don't win, but you still want to get a baby monitor, check out Amcrest's website. Through Amazon, we do have a 10% discount code. You must enter the coupon code BONGER10. Unfortunately, it's only 8 characters, so there's no S. It's just BONGER10 to get 10% off. Please check it out. This is a great baby monitor. You will enjoy it. We have been very happy with it. Thank you guys for watching this video and for all of your support. As always, have a blessed day. Our little baby is like this little bundle of burning energy, a physical zoom where the zoom zooms in. Baby monitor? Is the body baby monitor? Okay. One of the greatest